Hopefully all is good lah. Okay. We are setting up, so 2 more minutes, okay everyone. Hope to see you around, Let me see, make sure I'm online. Mic test. Mic test. Wow, the delay, wait. Okay, final mic test, we are good to go. Okay. One more minute, okay, we will start in about 1 to 2 more minutes. So today, a few key things to cover. So we will talk about Microsoft, Apple, and some options as well, okay? Starting soon. Okay, 1, 2 more minutes, we kickstart. 1, 2 more minutes, we'll be good to go. Okay, I think the stream is fine, everything is fine. Okay, we will start in 1 minute's time, okay? 1 minute's time. Hopefully everyone doing well, okay? Hopefully everyone doing well. I know it's Monday, Monday always rough, You know, I know Monday is like, everyone is like, wow, rough day, man. But hang on tight. I mean, I know it's Monday, but we can at least look forward to the weekend, you know, at least you have a rest, all these things. Because every Monday, very rough day always for some reason. You know, so much work, squeeze in the train, public transport. The start of a week are always very tough. Hey, for those who came in, feel free to say hi once again. I hope to see you all again, okay? Like I said, we stream Monday to Thursday, 9 p.m. GMT. The time zone is GMT plus 8, okay? 9 p.m. GMT plus 8, that's the time zone. So for those who were here previously, okay, welcome again. Thank you so much to drop by again. So hopefully have a good chat, okay? A few key topics to cover today. Then we will talk about having a quick chit-chat session at the end as usual. Okay, so 9:01 already, so let's start, okay? Thank you so much everyone for dropping by again, okay? Feel free to let me know if any questions or concerns. Hope Monday has been good for you all, not too rough, okay? And I mean, a bit more long to the weekend, okay? A few more days to the weekend, but I will be here to journey with you all towards the weekend, okay? So let's support each other and let's pull through the Monday. Okay, so same thing. Today's stream, 3 components. So the first first part, we will talk about the stock market in general, any news. So today I want to cover Apple and Microsoft because the results just released recently. Then second component, okay, next one we will talk about the options. I want to give you an update on my position. So I make some adjustment, did some more close some position, and also sold some position. So I want to update you all on my thought decision process behind why I sold some more puts as well. Lastly, okay, last component, the 5-10 minutes, we have a quick chit-chat session, a reminder on why financial independence is so important, and that it not just gives you options, but it elevates your entire life, okay, to make better decisions. Okay, so let's start. Okay, so first up, let's talk about the market, okay? So today I want to talk about key 2 companies I'll talk about is Apple and Microsoft. So let's just start with Apple first, okay? So we all know Apple just released result last week. Okay, I won't repeat all the information like what EPS, revenue, all these things, because all this information you can read online, okay, probably faster And even ChatGPT can tell you that. They probably can analyze better. So instead of saying what other people have said, or just take the report from the internet and read to you all, I give you all my own opinions and views. What is my take on Apple? Okay, my long-term views, and overall what I foresee some of the potential opportunity there can be in terms of buying or selling Apple options. Okay, and I also share with you how it influenced my decision on Apple as well as a company. So it's not just on the stock itself, but also on my options position for Apple. So looking at the results, I give you all my views. Okay, so just a quick recap. Okay, I know I did a short earlier. I won't repeat so much. Okay, but I just want to give you a quick recap. Is that Apple's earnings beat, okay, analyst expectations, okay, in terms of EPS revenues, okay. I think revenue was up 16% year over year, and iPhone sales jumped 22%. In fact, across all segments, I think MacBook, everything all jumped. Okay, all their Apple products all jumped. I think by double digit, except for maybe Mac Watch or something, but still increasing. Okay, but Apple still crashed 7% despite the good result because weak forward guidance. Okay, management expecting like 9 to 11% revenue growth for the next coming result, which is this quarter. It means this quarter, I think it's July to September. Okay, so this quarter, it's predicted that it's more likely to be 9 to 11% revenue growth, where analysts expect about 12%. So market don't really like this forward guidance, so it had a big sell down. Okay, so 7% drop. Okay, so I just want to give you all my take is that this really reinforced the rules that the particular rule I always say, I cannot predict the future. Okay, no one can. So imagine, let's say I bought only Apple stock. I'll be cooked. I'll be trouble. Okay, that's why I had to diversify across different stocks, all these things. So I can tell you what, this is what I always share with you. I have a top 3 favorite stocks. Okay, Apple, Microsoft, and Alphabet, and the fourth one upcoming KIV, Nvidia, which I'm trying to build a bigger position. Okay, so you can see nobody can predict that Apple will have this type of forward management guidance and expect Apple to crash 7%. Nobody. In fact, if you look at the past few months, even the past few weeks, right, Apple was trending upwards non-stop. It was a mega bull run. Even analysts and everybody was saying that, Apple will have a great quarter reporting. Apple will do very well. Everyone is so bullish on Apple. Literally, Apple was trending 280, 300, 310, 340. Okay, before the result, it was going up non-stop. Then after the result, 340, bam, 7%. Pew! Okay, so this is why if you had went all in Apple, right, you have been cooked. James Cook, okay, you are cooked, fried, barbecue. So this is why you always must tell yourself, when you all in, no matter how confident you are, okay, how analytical you are, you did how much research, you very convinced, strong conviction, very all in on Apple. You believe in it so much, you did so much research all over the internet. Okay, you research on Reddit, Grindr, Tinder, okay, and anywhere you research everywhere. Everyone is saying Apple is good. You also believe Apple is good, and you went all in. Then Apple crashed. So I can tell you, it's not because you're unlucky or no skill or what. It's because at that point of time when you went all in, right, is your refusal to acknowledge its downside. Simple as that. Okay? When you went all in at that point of time, you simply just refuse to acknowledge its downside. Okay? If you had acknowledged its potential downside, you wouldn't have went all in. Okay? So this really reinforced that. Okay? So my take is don't go all in on one stock. Okay? You never bet all your eggs in one basket. So this is quite key. Okay? And then let me tell you. Okay, so it's good. I mean, Apple drop actually is good that I had the opportunity to demonstrate to you why you must have a couple of stocks to diversify among. Okay, you don't go all in. And this is a classical example. Okay, so I also want to talk about Apple long-term views. Okay, personally, I have said before, in my short I just released today, I think. Okay, I'm not too worried because Apple has pricing power. iPhone has yet to raise prices actually, and they can, I'm sure, because people who buy Apple products are rich in the first place. They have money. Okay, most Apple user, okay, let's be honest, if be it Apple iMac MacBook or whatever phone watch service, if let's say okay all these products increase by $50 or $100, do you think customer will stop buying Apple products? Of course no, they will still buy. People who buy Apple products, they have money, okay? So if Apple, right, facing all this increasing memory chip costs, okay, because of this supply constraint, that leads to weaker forward guidance on this, no problem, no problem. Apple just raised the price for products $50 to $100. I honestly doubt it will crash the sale. I honestly doubt. That's my own view, okay? Don't quote me, not financial advice. Remember, don't call the police on me, okay? So one thing, okay, they can raise prices. That's what I believe. They have strong pricing power. Their ecosystem is also very sticky. If they raise prices, would you pay $50 or $100 extra so you don't have to migrate to an entire system? If you have used iOS, the Apple ecosystem, you will know the problem with it when you try to transfer to Google, Android or Windows. I've used both sides before, okay, Windows and Apple. I can tell you for some whatever reason, the product is never compatible and is designed intentionally to keep you, trapped and enclosed in a system. So I give you an example, when you try to transfer some Apple files you have to Windows, okay, hard disk, all these things, suddenly, for some reason the file cannot transfer. There will be error, some issue, don't know what. No matter what you do, there's always some error out of the blue. Okay, it's designed like that. So if you're an Apple user all this while, would you pay extra 50, 100 on your future purchase so you don't have to migrate all your files and system through some whatever difficult process to Windows just to save that 50, 100? Of course no, right? So this is why I believe Apple has strong pricing power and they can raise their prices if they want to combat all this rising material costs, memory chip costs that eat into their profit. So they can do that. Okay, so number two thing, okay, second thing that I want to talk about is they also not just have pricing power, but they also have this thing which I want to share with you. Is that you think logically, okay, memory chips are not just affecting Apple itself, okay? Costs of memory chip are rising across the entire world, okay? Everybody is affected, okay? Not just Apple, it's like Microsoft, Alphabet, everybody is affected. So now you think logically, if everyone is affected, right, then what is the issue? It's like a norm. I give you an example, okay? Let's just go with let's just go closer to our heart, okay? Let's say human, okay? Okay? Let's say one person is born with one leg only, okay? There's this person born with one leg. Oh, definitely there is some concern, right? Be it it's a disability issue, and then the person gets some financial assistance or more help. Okay, I think that's fair because maybe that person unfortunately born with one leg, because normally people has two legs, right? Human being. So one day, okay, all humans are born with one leg only. Then it's not an issue, it's a norm. Okay, not an issue anymore. So there's no extra subsidy, no special benefit. Life goes on because that's what every human are. So it's like a norm. Same thing goes for this memory chip cost issue. If memory chips, material, all this cost across all sectors is going up, then it's a norm. Everybody is affected, not just Apple, Alphabet, Microsoft, any company, even whatever engineering company that use all these chips will have to eventually raise prices. Across all sectors will raise prices to combat all these costs. So it's not like a scenario whereby, memory chip increase cost, Apple selling more expensive. I don't want to buy from Apple, I buy from Microsoft, I buy from other companies, okay? Do you think other companies will not raise their costs? They will. So eventually, if everyone raise their costs, it becomes an equilibrium. All the costs across all centers becomes the same. Then it becomes a norm. So eventually, Apple is not a unique case. So it goes back to square one. So overall, in totality, my take is that I'm not too concerned about Apple's long-term growth or disruption because of this memory chip cost, okay? Because of all the things I mentioned earlier, I continue to believe that Apple will likely do well in the long run still. So I'm not changing my stance on Apple. Apple remain my top 3 holdings. And if Apple were to trend out a little more, right, to 280, 290, I will buy aggressively. Okay, but if Apple hover around 300, 310, right, I will still want to add, but not too much, probably at a much slower pace. So market will open soon. Okay, market will open in about 17 minutes. So later we will go look at the market and see if there's identify any potential opportunities. And if Apple price were to come down, definitely I'll add some. Okay, all my trades are live. Okay, I try to show you all directly as much as possible. Then you all can, okay, see how it goes. Okay, like I said, not financial advice. Please do not follow. Okay, I just hope that my sharing aids you in your decision, give you a new perspective. You know, not just repeating what other people say. I try to share with you my own personal view, my own personal take. Then from there you see how it goes, and then hopefully I hope my sharing helps you in making better investment decisions. Okay, so let's just take a look quickly at any comments or whatever, and then any questions, feel free to drop inside the comment. I try my best to answer all. Okay, if I miss out anything, please do repeat it. Okay, I may miss some questions, so please forgive me. Please forgive me. Okay, come, let's go. Guess what you typing? What language is that? Okay, but welcome in. Guess, okay. Rival Bobby. Do I look like Bobby? Okay, my face got a Bobby name. Okay, what's up? UNC. Surprise Alpine. Okay, nice seeing you. Okay, Craft decide. How do we maintain so much focus and have the ability to learn so much? That sounds like more generic questions, right, I guess. So I think it's about having correct mindset, and most importantly, a good financial plan. For some reason, once you achieve financial freedom, or even on track, right, let's say you are like 20-30% towards financial freedom, you are no longer chained to a job, you no longer rely on a job for income. For some reason, it elevates your life entirely, change your perception, change your view, and makes you a better person. So that part I try to cover at the last part, because I want to talk about why financial independence is so important, that not just having money to give you options, but also improve your mindset, and physically and mentally, which I'll cover at the last part. Okay, good point. Okay, share your journey via timeline or option trading. Hey, yeah, good to see you again. Yeah. Welcome back. Hope that work was okay for you. Okay, because you told me you had night shift sometime, right? So hopefully Monday was okay for you, not too bad, and probably had cai peng again, economic rice and dish. Share your timeline. How do I do that? How do you want me to do that? Share your journey via timeline. So you want me to create a blog, is it? A blog or something? So, but I do try to share with you all my trades, okay? Like all these things at the screen below. You all see the screen below, right? Later market open, number will jump here, jump there. Okay, so later you all can see my trades. By the way, if you want to know my put position, right, it's in the third screen below. Okay, below the third screen is all my put position, all live. Okay. So I will see how a journey via timeline. So I'm not sure what you mean. Maybe you can share me more. Is it do a blog or do a, what is it called? Some post. Right, nowadays there's some post online. I can do some posts about my live trade, or Twitter, is it something like that, or X? No more Twitter. Sorry. It's for X. Wait. Sorry. Suddenly got one fly out of the blue. I thought what's yeah. Lucky it's not a monster. Okay, it's a fly. Okay. So that's all about Apple, and then long term. Honestly, I still believe in Apple. Will continue to be my top holding. Okay. Next up, I just want to quickly talk about Microsoft. Okay. Like I said, I try to keep all my stream to 1 hour so I don't hold you back too long, and you also won't feel so bored. Okay. So Microsoft, I know last week we actually talked a little bit about Microsoft, but back then I haven't really talked about the results. Okay, so we all know Microsoft impressive result is up like what, 15 or 17%. Okay, insane, man. Okay, those who were on the stream last week, okay, I know some of you are very happy because you all made money on Microsoft. I of course very happy as well, because Microsoft has always been my top 3 holding, and I think a few weeks ago or a few months ago, I did share with you, I bought Microsoft aggressively. Okay, I show you every now and then I buy 20 shares, because honestly back then, Microsoft has a sharp dip, okay? Its peak was 500 or 550, can't remember. But it crashed about 360, 370. So at that point in time, I did quite a few videos that I said, Microsoft were actually a little bit undervalued, okay? So I bought and bought and bought. And then now Microsoft has went up. But of course, honestly, I still think Microsoft, personally, okay, not financial advice, I personally still think Microsoft can buy even at 450, because it's still a huge discount from the peak. The peak was like what, 500, right? 550. It's like almost what, 15% discount from the peak. So for my strategy, right, Microsoft moving forward, I will still buy Microsoft, but at a much slower pace right now. Because when 300 plus, I feel it was a steal. So I buy and buy and buy. But now 400 plus, I will still buy, but not so aggressive. Probably maybe like 5 shares a month on the average, or maybe 3 shares a month. No longer what 20 shares a month, okay? Because I need to manage my cash flow, because I hold a lot of options position, so I don't want to overcommit at this price point, okay? When it's 300 plus, I feel a huge margin of safety, so I can buy heavily. But at 400 plus, the margin of safety is lesser, so I probably won't buy as aggressively. Okay, so that's my plan overall for the stock itself in terms of Microsoft. Okay, so any questions, feel free to let me know, okay? And if you have any views on Microsoft, can also share with me. Happy to hear them also. So overall, will Microsoft continue the trend upwards? Personally, I think long run, no problem. Okay, I mean short term, anything can happen, but long run, I really don't think there's any issue. And remember, if you read Microsoft, the report a little bit, right, the management did say that they are able to maintain cash positive in 2027. Okay, fiscal year, meaning starting from next quarter. Okay, I think that fiscal year start from October, 1st October. I can't remember, but in short, in 2027, Microsoft can still maintain cash flow positive. And that is very important, okay? So remember, I want to compare this with Alphabet. So Alphabet, if you realize, they have this issue is that they are getting cash flow negative problem now, because they have too much capex. Okay, they spend too much on their infrastructure AI, so they cannot maintain cash flow positive. But okay, Microsoft can. That's what they made in their announcement. So most investors, okay, honestly, okay, maybe not for me, but most investors in general, right, they are very concerned about cash flow. Okay, if a company don't have positive cash flow or negative cash flow, they suddenly become very worried and they will sell down. And that's what happened to Alphabet. But Microsoft, because they said that they will maintain cash flow positive, that's why stock market rallied so much. And because 2027, they still can maintain that, that gives me even stronger conviction that Microsoft will continue to do that. Okay, so that's all my take for Microsoft and Apple as the stock in general. Okay, so any questions, let me know your thoughts or process. Okay, let me see if there's any questions or comments. I try my best to answer them. Okay, if I miss out any, please let me know. Please let me know. Please feel free to repeat your questions so I can answer them. Okay. When you started, what limit you set? When you started, what limit you set to prevent losing a lot of money? Okay, yeah, Sandra. Can. This one will need some time. I also don't know how much time I'll need to do it, because I started option trading quite long ago, so I might need quite some time to work on it. Maybe I can give a brief summary. Okay, I think that's a good point, especially about sharing about setting, or should I say risk management now, okay, how to prevent too much loss of money, risk management part. So that part definitely, I think can share more. Okay, I see how it goes, Yaf71. Thank you so much for your feedback. Okay, I will try to work on it. Okay, try to work on it. How you become more adventurous? I would say when I become more seasoned in the market. Okay, so when I first started option trading, I was also more on the safer side. Okay, to be honest, more on the, I limit my exposure. I don't really build too much position, because worried, right? I mean, I'm afraid my cash flow cannot manage, or I get assigned all these things. But as I do more wheel option strategy, selling options, I learn the nuances and the small parts of it, tiny little parts that allow me to be more confident to sell more options. And I know that I have what it takes to manage it. Okay, so that's my personal experience. Okay. Okay, next up. Okay, drink some water first. Okay, next up, let's move on to the options component, okay, the second part of the stream, options component. Okay, so that's why this earlier I talked about Microsoft and Microsoft and Apple. Okay, now it flows to the option component, which I also want to talk about these two companies for my options position. So like I say, I only, okay, in fact, I will suggest to everyone, only sell options on companies you want to own, because there will come a day you will get assignment, cannot run away. So you don't want to get stuck with companies that you don't like or hate it, or low quality companies just because you are greedy, you want the premiums. It will be your downfall, okay? It will be your downfall. That's why I only sell options on things like Apple, Microsoft, because I like this company. They are strong, and long run I believe they will trend upwards. So I sell options on them to make extra income. Okay, so I want to give you an update is that I know I shared last week, I will be closing two of my Microsoft puts position. So I share with you all. Let me see. Okay, let me see. Okay, I put my face below. Okay, so I put my option at the first page up there, so you all can see it's clearer. Okay, so you can see previously I actually have some I have two Microsoft puts position, but because of the spike in price, right, I mean the put position become profitable about 55%, so I closed the position. Okay, like I said, I try to close position at about 50% profit margin. Why? Because I already captured 50% of the premiums, okay, in just a couple of months or couple of weeks. Why do I want to wait like 6 months, 9 months to capture the remaining 50% profit? The risk-reward ratio, time invested, just not there, okay? So once 50% profit, I will call it a day, okay? I don't want to be greedy and try to wait for 6 or 9 months later, okay? It's not just capital efficiency, or time management that kind. It's also about risk management. Within the 9 months, anything can happen to Microsoft. I don't want a point whereby, I'm up 50%. Then Microsoft in the next 9 months drop, and my option position from 50% profit becomes negative 50%. I don't want that. So once 50% profit, I take and call it a day. Okay, that's my stance. Okay, so remember, option wheel strategy is not about being greedy, to maximize every single cent of the contract. No. Option strategy, especially the wheel strategy, okay, for me, okay, wheel strategy is about maximizing probability. Okay, I always chase probability, and then I talk about the profit margin or premiums. Okay, as long as probability in my favor, even the premiums is a bit lesser, I will go for it. Okay. Option wheel strategy, remember, is a strategy not for greedy people. You want to 10x, 5x, 20x your money in 1 day, 2 day. It's not possible. Okay, those will be like options. 0 DTE, SPY, buy 0 DTE. Okay, all in 10k. That one 10k can become 100k, but that 10k can also become zero in just one night. Okay. So remember, this particular sharing about option wheel strategy, option trading, is for people who are patient. Okay, they want to make money consistently over the long run. Okay, so that's the whole idea. So I repeat, 50% profit I close. Okay, so that's the update for my Microsoft put. Now I want to share with you a new position I opened, Apple put. Okay, so I share with you the pricing. Okay, so I have sold 2 Apple put on Friday. So you can see on my screen on top. Okay, 1 and 2. Okay, so these two are new position. So if you were in my stream the last week, you probably never see this, but I just added them on Friday. By the way, I don't stream on Friday. It's only Monday to Thursday. So Friday, I sold 2 additional put. strike price 255 and 230 with different variation in terms of the duration. Okay, you all can see one in September, which is about 1 month plus, and another one in 2027. Okay, so I want to share with you my thought process behind building these two positions. Yeah, drink some water. Thirsty, son. Okay, fine. So the first position, you can see, right, Apple put is in September, which is about 1 month plus, okay? Okay, you can see the strike price is quite far, 255, and the premium is a bit lesser as compared to other position I opened. It's only like what, $1.22, which is $122. So a strategy or a rule that I follow, when the company just announced result, right, Apple just announced result, usually I avoid selling any puts that are too close to the strike price, or should I say too close to the stock price. Okay, remember when a company first announced the result, price will be very volatile, okay? Up, down, 5-10%, very easy. And this will persist for easily 1 to 2 more weeks. So if I want to open a position on the results day or after the results day, I make sure I set a strike price that is further away because of volatility. Yes, if I sell a strike price that is closer to the stock price, yeah, I get a higher premium, okay? But I don't want to be affected by the volatility so much. Imagine if Apple continue to crash. Let's say I sell for some reason, okay, I greedy, I sold a strike price at 300, 310. There is a very high chance Apple may just drop to 290 in a couple of weeks, and that's it. I'm stuck, okay? Either I close at a loss or I have to roll, okay, roll for a longer expiry date in hope that I recoup my money. So remember, like I said, doing this option view strategy, selling all these cash cover put cannot be greedy, okay? That's why I sold it at such a far strike price. Yes, my premium is only $122, I get it, okay? But I want to make money consistently over the long run. So that's why once Apple results, okay, they report results, earnings result, if I were to make a position, I would definitely put a strike price further away. Okay, definitely maybe 0.1 delta or even lesser, okay? Definitely not at 0.2 or 0.3 delta, okay? Remember, every time a company announces result, prices will fluctuate. High volatility. Even the IV itself will go up, okay? It shows high IV. That's why there's high premium, okay? So to be on the safe side, I sell a further strike price. So that's why I came to a strike price of 255. Okay, my number one the first row, okay? So I also want to share is that when the stock price goes down, okay, the premium will also go up. So that's why I also, that itself also contributed to the reason why I make a position on it. Because when the stock price goes down, the premium of the company will go up when you sell a cash cover put. So in totality, when you put everything together, that gives the rationale on why I choose to make that decision to sell a cash cover put Apple, $255 strike price expiring in 18 September. Okay, so that's my reason. Okay, now next up I want to share with you the second position I've opened, that Apple put, which is further away, okay, in 2027, so many months down the road, okay, at a $230 strike price with a higher premium, of course, because the duration is longer. So it's about $4, so I get about $400 premium. Okay, so like I said, the earlier reason also comes into play because of volatility, price can drop more. So I want a further strike price. That's why it's $230. And then the duration is also further. Okay, reason because I always stagger the duration and the strike price. I never try to put them too closely. Because you never know, maybe this month Apple dip a lot. But next few months Apple may climb back up. So I'm trying to give myself more time with various strike prices, so I have a better probability to make sure that options contract that I sold will more likely, not 100%, okay, more likely to expire in the longer term. So it's really about giving yourself that flexibility and the probability. Like I said, I always chase probability. So that's why I decided on this particular option contract number 2. Okay, so you see, just these two contracts, yeah, I know it's not a lot of money, right? It's just 122 plus 400, $500 only, you not say like life-changing money, right? But you think, every now and then you make $500. Every couple of weeks you make, here and there, every few days 500, 1 week 500. Every month it can quickly accumulate to like $3,000 to $5,000 per month. So that personally to me is quite a decent amount of consistent income. Like I said, my target is about, for now I've been consistently making about 5 to 6K USD per month on option selling alone. Okay, this option view strategy alone made me about that amount. Okay, and it has been quite consistent. Okay, yeah, certain months I may do a bit better, certain months I may do a bit not so good, but overall it has been doing pretty well for me. Okay, it has worked for me, so I'm not saying you must copy the option view strategy, but I'm just sharing with you my perspective. If it works for you, good. Okay, feel free to share with me your views also. Okay, so Apple, okay, market open. Just quickly, let's take a look at the market. Okay, let's just quickly check out the stock market. Okay, market open already. Let's see any opportunities. By the way, when market opens, locally Singapore time is 9:30 p.m. So it's late at night already over here. So I usually will trade until almost like, it depends. If I'm doing 1 DTE, which I'm cutting now, okay, 1 DTE options, I'm doing lesser now because I'm very tired. Okay, so usually I would trade from like 9:30 to like 4 a.m. Okay, 5 a.m. depending on the closing hours, daylight saving. But just a reminder, I usually don't trade option in the first hour. Okay, first hour I don't trade because too volatile. I usually start trading is in the second hour of the market. Ooh, market up so much. Okay, so second screen is the market. The light flashing. Ooh, Alibaba up 4.5%. Ooh, I might have a chance to close my Alibaba position eventually. Okay, I would say here, it's a long topic. Okay, some of you all know I have quite a bit of China shares and I lost quite a bit of money, I admit it. Okay, so some people have suggested to me if the market for China stock went up, maybe I can close some position rather than take such a huge loss now. So we see how, maybe another day we can talk about China stock. Okay, China stock. Okay, so overall market, I think, yeah, Amazon, I think, okay, I'm not heavily invested into Amazon, so I won't talk too much, but I think their result probably quite good. I can't recall. So the main companies I cover are mainly Apple, Microsoft, Alphabet, and Nvidia. Okay, the rest of the company, I may have some skin in them. Okay, I have some investment, but the position in them is very small, probably 1% or even lesser, so I don't really talk too much about it. But we can talk about them next time, okay, on why I also diversify into them. Yeah, so overall SPY is up about 0.5%. Okay, fine. Then Apple, how's Apple? Let me see. Yeah, Apple is down about 0.5%, so $307. So I wouldn't say it's so-called somewhere stabilized now. Okay. Yeah, I probably won't buy now at this price aggressively. So if Apple dip to 280, then I'll buy more. At 307, it's a bit tempting for me, to be honest. I might add a few shares, but I will probably monitor a bit more to see if I can potentially get it at a cheaper price. But if not, right, in a few weeks time, regardless of the price, I'll probably still want to add a few shares of Apple, because it's still a discount from the all-time high, because the peak was like $307. Sorry. No. The peak was like 344. So if buying at 307, 310, to me it's still a discount. So it's okay for me. Okay, let's go back. Okay, let me see. Okay, so let's just go back to my options position. Oh, so my Apple put is actually now so-called profitable already. Wow, it's quite fast, 33%. Wait, Apple shot down a bit, is it? The Apple shot down, let me see. Hold on. I want to see Apple a bit. Okay, share with you all my thoughts on Apple. Oh, a bit laggy. Sorry, my computer a bit antic. Please forgive me, okay. Look at the 5-day chart. Okay, look at the 5-day chart. Wee. Okay, so Apple, right, had a sharp dip to about $300. So I think it actually recovered a bit to like 307. The lowest of Apple was $300. So it went out about 307. So my Apple position for the put, right, is actually profitable now. So you can see how fast option prices change. So the stock itself can maybe just move like 3%, 2%. But the underlying options position you build can easily up 30, 40, 50%. Okay, it's wow. Okay, if you think prices of the stock fluctuate a lot, options fluctuate even more, way more. Okay, so I show you my Apple put. Okay, can see or not? Let me see. Apple. Yeah, I see my screen. Okay, I want to make sure y'all can see. So pardon with me for a while. I'm still figuring out OBS software, so sometimes the screen needs some time to adjust. Okay, I shift even more. Okay, you all know the first two row is my Apple put position. Okay, can see or not? Let me see. Hey, I shift now. Why haven't moved the Apple? Wait, give me a while. Okay, in short, can see on the first two screen. Oh, okay, sorry, I need to change something else. Sorry, I shifted something wrong. Okay, I should shift this instead. Okay, I think now y'all can see, right? Okay, I try to shift. Pardon me, take some time. Okay. Okay. So you can see my first two, the Apple put position, right, is actually profitable. And you can see, the first one especially, right, I only sold the Apple put like Friday. And today is profitable by 33%. So you see, just one day, just over the weekend and today, the put options is already up 33%. So I'm actually profitable if I want to close the first Apple put position that I've sold. So this is why I said options really fluctuate very fast. So if you want to do option view strategy, you have to be prepared for that. So my suggestion is, if you're a new person or new to stock market, try to acclimatize, try to be in the market for like a longer period of time, getting used to it first, so you can understand market will fluctuate, so you won't panic sell or what. Once you're seasoned, you do options, you're more used to it because options fluctuate even faster. So I share with you at 33% profit for my first option put, I will not be closing it. My target is always 50%. Okay. So scenario where I will close at 33% is when I see that the macro economy, let's say suddenly Trump starts something new. Okay, he suddenly say, oh, let's do another tariff, a new tariff, tariff on people who are too smart. Okay, too smart. We need to put a tariff on it. Okay, Apple too smart already, make too much money. Let's tariff them. Tariff here, tariff there. And then if there's such huge macro news, I might consider even closing at 33%. But for this, at this juncture, I target 50%. Okay, just to let you know, as much as I'm risk adverse, okay, I chase probability, I also want to have a decent amount of profit margin. So I want to make sure the risk versus reward ratio is at least favorable. So I don't want to be like, oh, my probability is 90% or even 99%, but I only make $1. Then what's the point, right? Yeah, I know 99% probably is very good, but you only make $1. I don't think the risk reward ratio is there. Who knows, you unfortunately hit that 1% and you lose money because, just for some whatever reason. So it's not worth it. So I want a decent amount of risk reward ratio. So my target is 50%, okay, for my first row. So I'll update you if my profit margin, the target ever hit 50% and I close the position. I will let you all know. Okay, so that's all for sharing on this part. So just be aware, okay, options do fluctuate quite wildly. You have to be prepared for that. And like I said, you really have to be very I know some people use the word discipline. Okay, you can call it discipline, routine, up to you, but I like to use the word rules. Okay, you always have to adhere to your own trading rules or your investment rules. Like I said, when I first make this position, I already, in my head already, I know I want 50% profit margin. I'm sticking to it. Okay, the time when I want to close earlier, I'm afraid, okay, at a lower profit margin, like I said, is due to some macroeconomic news. So always have to stick to your rules, okay? Cannot be greedy, okay? So if you're someone who cannot control your greed or emotions when it comes to trading, I really think option view strategy is not ideal for you. Like I said, option view strategy is for people who are patient, okay, not greedy, and want to make money consistently over the long run. Okay, so I hope I managed to demonstrate to you all my thought process, my actions, what I've done for my trades, and the thought process behind it, and the importance. Okay, I cannot emphasize enough. Always adhere to the rules you have set for yourself. The rules you have made for yourself is probably through a lot of experience, trial and error. You know what works, what don't work. Okay, so you have your own rules, just adhere to it. Most people lose money when it comes to option view strategy is when they fail to adhere to their own rules. Really, I always tell people, option view strategy is not that option view strategy failed you, okay? It's not because you fail the option view strategy. It's because you fail to adhere to your own rules. Okay, if you adhere to your own rules that you set for your option view strategy, very likely, okay, most likely, you will be profitable in the long run. Okay, not financial advice, okay? I can't say the same for everyone. I only can share with you my own thoughts, what I have done, and this has worked for me. This has made me profitable consistently. So I share with you all, hopefully, it also works for you all. Like I say, end of the day, I do hope everyone makes money and have a better life. Okay, so that's for the Apple put part. So just share with you all, okay, the two new position I've opened. Okay, so let me see if any, I just briefly answer some chat first. Any questions, feel free to let me know, or any comments or thoughts. Okay, feel free to let me know. Because sometimes I really, like I say, I see in here, I can see the question. But when I see in my phone here, the question sometimes appears, sometimes don't appear. And vice versa. So please feel free to just highlight your question. If I miss it, repeat. I want to make sure I answer all your questions, okay? Okay, let me see. Okay, awesome, consistent. Can you set in the system to close when it hits? Yes, yeah, Seldion, definitely. So you can definitely choose to close the position by setting and clicking on a certain price you want to. So it will determine your profit margin. So let's say the options, okay, maybe currently the bid and ask is maybe, just give a random example, maybe let's say the bid ask is $2 and $2.10, okay? But $2 and $2.10, right, if it hits your price, whatever you choose to bid or ask, maybe the profit margin is only 30%. So if you want a 50% profit margin, you can just set the price at the lower. So you will maybe do a bid at maybe 150, maybe 180. So when it hits the 180, 150, your profit margin will be 50% instead of just 30%. So yes, you can set a price on how much you want to close. So it's just like you buy stock, okay? I know you shared me you bought SPY, right, during COVID or something. You also can set a buy sell price. You don't have to buy a market or don't have to follow bid price. You can set an even lower price. Same goes for option. No difference, okay? Yeah, I also hope that you are also making money on the option strategy, okay? Hope you're also doing well. Okay, wow, quite late, 9:40. Okay, so I just want to add a few more, answer one more question because quite a lot of people message me on this. So disclaimer, okay, disclaimer. So I think I shared before, I have a few more brokerage account because I try to cap at 200K per account. I don't want to go more than that. So when I sell all the options, right, I actually sell more numbers of contract. So if I do what I do now here on this particular brokerage account, okay, let's say I told you I sell 2 puts and the strike price right on top, right? It's the same for other accounts that I will sell. Because people ask me, since you sell 2 puts, right, why don't you sell more contracts on it with the same strike price, same duration, same direction? Yes, I do that. So example, the first 2 Apple put that I've sold, right? Yes, I do sell like more of it in other accounts. So example, I have 1 and 2 here, right? I will also probably sell the same type of contract, direction, strike price, everything same on the other brokerage account. So usually, depending, okay, for this one, I may sell like extra 2 more, 3 more similar contracts across my other accounts. So this boils down to position sizing. Okay, very important topic. This one. Okay, I just briefly touch on it. Okay, position sizing is super important when it comes to this option view strategy. You cannot be greedy by trying to sell too many number of the same contract. You will be in trouble. Okay, like I said, you must stagger. Okay, but if let's say your portfolio is bigger, okay, let's say you have 1 million portfolio example, then definitely you can handle more contracts. So that's where you see that, this first 2 Apple put I sold is my ideal contract. It's a good stagger compared to, I mean, in comparison with other contracts I sold, I want to stagger all the contracts, right? So I want to have more numbers of it. So yeah, you can definitely sell 2 contracts times 2, okay? The similar contract is times 2. Sell 3 contract. Of course, you get higher premium. So example, let's say instead of getting 500 premiums, right? Okay, let's just use one example. Okay, the second contract, okay, I sold, right, number 2, the first screen. Okay, $400 I get, right? Instead of getting 400, I can sell 3 similar contracts. So I will get 1.2K. Yeah, so you can get more definitely. Because some people ask me, hey, have you considered selling more numbers of similar contract? So I do that, okay? And that will boil down to really position sizing, okay, or sizing your position. So if you have a bigger portfolio, you can definitely afford to sell more contracts, okay, of the similar ones. So honestly, I give you a rough guidance on my own style, okay. So overall, I will not go more than usually, okay, not a hard and fast rule, okay, not a hard and fast rule. So usually I don't go more than 20%, okay, for the contract overall of my portfolio. So let's say example, I sell Apple put, right? I will not sell more than 20% of my entire portfolio. So example, okay? Okay, let's say I 1 million, let's say 1 million, okay? 20% of 1 million is 200K. I will make sure the contract at the strike price, when it comes to assignment, right, in totality, it will not exceed 200K. Okay, so that gives me a bit of buffer and also reinforce the rule. Like I said, cannot put all eggs in one basket. You try to all in one stock, sell only Apple. Okay, let's say you're so convinced in Apple, you sell only Apple. The same problem will happen like I said earlier, okay? Your refusal to acknowledge its downside. Apple crash, Apple crash, that's it, you're gone. It will destroy your entire financial system. Your whole view strategy that you set up will be gone. Gone for good. So that's why I limit my exposure for my contracts to no more than 200K. Not say 20% of my entire portfolio, okay? So same thing, if let's say I can do, let's say Apple, okay, is, okay, 300 strike price, okay? Okay, let's say 300 strike price. So technically I can, one contract if assigned 100 shares is 30K. Okay, so I can sell about 7 contracts. Okay, 210K maximum, plus minus, okay? So just to share with you all, okay, my position sizing, no more than 20% of my entire portfolio when it comes to selling cash cover put, okay? I always cap at 20%. Okay, I share with you why 20%, okay? Because mainly I have 5 key stocks that I sell cash cover put on. Apple, Microsoft, Alphabet, Nvidia, and SPY 500. So because I have 5, I just put them at 20% each, plus minus, okay? Because I want to diversify, okay? I know some stocks like Nvidia, okay, is very juicy, the premium, the IV is higher, okay, SPY is lesser, but cannot be greedy, really. I have done this option view strategy quite some time, okay? I have, got in the so-called get into trouble before, okay, by being too greedy on one stock, okay? Because the premium very juicy, so I sold more on it. And now I had a tough time and I had to roll over, and it took me almost like 9 months or 1 year plus to recoup the loss. So I don't want to make that mistake. So I make sure I spread it evenly as much as possible. 5 stocks, okay? That's why I make sure I allocate no more than 20%, okay? I try to position it like that. So don't be greedy. Don't, because of one particular stock giving you high IV, you put more into it. Don't try to spread it across evenly. That way, okay, you can manage your position sizing effectively, and most importantly, you make money consistently over the long period. Okay, that's what we are aiming for. Okay, so hopefully that gives you a bit on the idea on this position sizing, and also to answer their questions. Okay, hopefully those who ask this question is inside. Okay, if not, I'll do a short video on that. Okay, so position sizing, okay, very important, and that will determine how many contracts I will sell for that particular company. Okay, so like I said, I have quite a few accounts. Okay, I will sell across all accounts, but I also be very transparent. Whatever I do here is basically what I do in other accounts also. Okay, like this Apple, these two particular Apple contract I sold, I'm not going to change their strike price in other accounts. No, I will just stick to it because I've done the thought process thinking, and these two contract fit into my view strategy. So I will just do the same. Okay, so don't worry about me doing something else in other contract. Okay, it's transparent. Okay, I'm very upfront, raw, unfiltered, no script. I tell you straight in the face. Okay, can I? Okay, so that's for that part. I hope I managed to answer some question. And position sizing. So position sizing is quite a big topic as well, but I hope that the small sharing gives you let you know my thought processes behind this for the option component. Okay, so remember, position sizing quite important. Don't be greedy. Make sure you size them up based on your risk tolerance and how much cash flow you have and the overall portfolio. My guide is for me spread across evenly. I have 5 stocks I sold on, so 20% just nice. Okay, so let's see any other questions, and then we will move on to the last part. Okay, wow, 9:54. Sorry, take out too much time. Sorry if I talk too much. Sorry. I try not to deviate too much, but certain things I just want to give you a bit more depth. But I try to make it short and succinct. Okay, but position sizing really important. Okay, so that's why I have to cover a bit. Okay. Hey, no problem. Yeah, no problem. We'll be honest and transparent. Okay, whatever I do, I just show you. Okay, not a must to follow me. Okay, I just hope my sharing helps you. That's all. Okay. So I'm glad. Okay, if it helps you to make money, I'm really happy. Okay. That's my aim. Okay. So yeah, have you started option selling? If you have any counters you're selling on and you are actually making some money, you can share with us also. Because I'm also very interested to hear about other people selling options as well. What are their strategy? Some people use all those iron condor, butterfly, lizard monitor, all these things. Okay, I mean I don't use them because I tried them. It doesn't really work for me. But if it works for you, feel free to share as well. Especially option view strategy. Okay, I'm always constantly trying to refine and improve. If you have some thoughts about option view strategy, feel free to highlight also. Okay, so let's move on to the last part. Okay, just 5-10 minutes. Okay, so the last part is usually about a chit chat session, a more leisure topic. So I know most of you only more interested in the option selling part and the first part, so I won't bore you. If you are you just want to hear these two parts, okay, so you can call it a day and rest. So the last part, okay, the part 3, 5-10 minutes, I will just do a quick chit chat about some of the questions or just leisure talk. Okay, leisure talk. Okay, so today I just want to talk about a reminder why, because I was chit-chatting with some friends today who are still working, and they told me, wow, work is so tough, so miserable. So it's a reminder to us and myself that financial freedom is really important, or you want to call it financial independence, FIRE, or anything. Like in short, having enough money and having enough consistent income without having the need to work, to sustain yourself. That is all financial freedom. So I mean, it's Monday. We take it easy. Okay, relax a bit. Okay, everyone relax. Just now the first 2 topics a bit heavy, so now a bit more relaxed. Okay, Monday, we keep it relaxed. Okay. So just to chit chat okay. I know Monday always a tough day. Wow, morning must squeeze in the public transport, squeeze with people. Then Monday always got so much work. Then colleagues so annoying, so difficult to work with. Try to sabo me. Or sabo means backstab in English. Okay, try to play politics or difficult bosses. Okay, so we are here to support each other. Okay, so we cannot just talk about stock, also chit chat about work. Okay. So remember, end of the day, I just hope that we all make money. Okay. So why financial freedom is so important? I give you an example. Okay. let's say, okay, you have a job, okay, but you don't have financial freedom yet. Okay, let's say you are just starting out, okay, you need to earn, you need money to survive. In short, you are chained to the job. If you have no job, you have no income. No income, you cannot survive. You cannot have food, water, shelter, all these things. So every day you go work, you are likely to feel quite miserable, to be honest. I mean, if you like the job, not so bad. But even if you like the job, but you have bad encounters, you meet bad colleagues or bad people from another department to work with, or difficult clients, you feel very miserable, you feel very angry, very angsty, you feel like, wow, work sucks, deal with this person, because you don't have financial freedom. Now you turn the whole position around. Let's say you are financially free, okay? You have, let's say, $1 million, okay? Not even 1 million, let's say you have 500K, okay? Every year your passive income is like what, 10%, let's say 10% of 500K is 50K. 50K by right is enough for you to get by, okay? On the average, 500K USD, 10% return from, let's say, IWD or SPY 500, okay? 50K a year is about what, 4,000 a month. Most people, to be honest, 4,000 is enough for you to achieve financial freedom. You probably won't spend more than 4,000 per month, usually, okay? Now you are in this situation, you are financially free. You go to work, okay? Now let's say you encounter problems, okay? You encounter difficult customer, difficult colleague, right? How would you feel? Would you feel miserable? Most of the time, no, right? If you have so much money, okay, I know some of you probably has kind of reached financial freedom or halfway there, okay? When you have that kind of financial freedom, when you encounter problems at work, difficult people, you probably will just smile and laugh. Okay, okay. Right? Let's be honest. When you have that financial freedom, for some reason, you are no longer tied to your job. You are not chained to it. You know that you can quit anytime if you don't like it. When you encounter all these things, you will just laugh it off. You will just smile and then laugh in your heart, right? Let's be honest, okay? Let's be honest. Some of you I know. My personal experience, okay? When I first started saying miserable, very tough. Once I hit financial freedom or close to it, right? Every day I go work, I'm very relaxed. I just do my part. I don't make life difficult for anyone, and I just go home. Then when I meet difficult people, right, I will just okay, that's fine, okay. My entire mindset will change. And similarly, you will. Okay, when you have financial freedom, your mindset, everything will turn 360, People make things difficult for you, you're like, oh, okay, that's fine. You don't care, you really don't care, okay? So that's the importance of financial freedom. Same concept, Someone who is financially free, okay, he eats instant ramen, okay, or in overseas, I know you call it instant ramen, chamuran, machuran instant ramen in US. Singapore, they call it Maggi, okay. You eat Maggi, you don't feel miserable because you know that you eat because you like it and for fun, or you enjoyed it, or out of convenience, not because of financial hardship. You know that if you want to eat something better anytime, no problem. So you will be happy when you're eating it. But turn around, if you are not financially free, you are in debt, or you don't have enough passive income to get by, you are living paycheck to paycheck, you will feel miserable when you're eating that. You feel like, wow, life sucks. Why am I eating this instant noodle when others are eating chicken or beef, that kind? So the whole mindset really will change once you achieve financial freedom. And trust me, it not just elevate your mindset, it elevates your mood, your happiness, your health, physically and mentally. Every day, you just feel, you feel that decisions, options that you choose, right, are not based on financial. It's more on what you want and what you don't want. And I can tell you that ironically, because of all this better mood, better health, better mindset, and more relaxed, you actually perform better at work. Okay, personal experience I share with you. When I hit that stage or close to financial freedom, right, I actually deliver better on my work because I'm a more calm, more cool and steady person. I don't get upset when things don't go to plan, especially those who do project management or work, right? Sometimes got hiccups. But because I have that constant good mood, good state of mind, I don't really care. I take it easy. And ironically, I actually do better at the work. I actually solve problem better and tell people and relax, don't worry, we just think of a way, then somehow the solution come about, will come, and then we solve the problem. So in fact, I was actually offered, promotion last time, okay, when I was, financially free. Bosses actually say, hey, you want to be promoted or take up more responsibility. So actually, I actually deliver better at work when I achieve financial freedom, okay. Ironically, right, in fact, I should be actually more relaxed, don't care. But actually, I did better at work, do more, not say do more, deliver better result. To the point I had to tell some of my bosses last time, hey, I don't want promotion. Just don't give me too much work because I just want to relax, do my job properly. I want to deliver quality result. I don't want to make life difficult for my colleagues. But I don't want to do extra work, okay? Please don't give me too much work. Give it to those who want promotion. So that's what I actually had to tell some of my bosses last time. So just share a few personal thoughts, okay? So overall, in summary, okay, in totality, that's why financial freedom is really important. Like I said, it's not just about money, telling your boss F you, that kind of what, throw letter, throw resignation letter, trying to be egoistic or trying to be proud. No. Like I said, financial freedom, it's not just to be just about money and try to be a difficult person. No, most people, I can tell you, in fact, most of you, right, viewers, I mean my friends, okay, or people who are viewing this channel, or even think through, most people, I dare to say, 99.99%, those who have achieved financial freedom or halfway there, your mindset will really change. And your desire is not really to make things difficult for people. No more. In fact, you will be at peace with yourself. You have a constantly peaceful mindset. You want to make peace with people. You are not there to quarrel with people. In fact, you do your job even better. And that you just don't want to quarrel and fight with people or try to argue for certain things anymore. You no longer beg your bosses for promotion. No more. Okay, and I'm sure a lot of you hope to achieve that. So for those who just started in investment, want to achieve financial freedom, right, I do hope you can eventually reach there. And for those who are there, continue to do the great job. Okay, I'm sure you all are probably enjoying life right now, right? Okay. So regardless, okay, whether you have retired, not retired, financial freedom or not, I do hope you get to financial freedom eventually. And whether you choose to work or not is up to you, okay? Whether you work for fun, or just want something to occupy your mind, or you're very passionate, or you like me don't want to work anymore, choose to retire, all up to you, okay? But it just reinforces the importance why financial freedom is so important, okay? Can? Okay. So that's about it. And then I hope that this sharing gives us a reminder that we continue to push through, continue to achieve financial independence. Okay, have enough to get by. So you don't have to make decisions, based on money. It's not. I mean, it's not the most pleasant thing, but sometimes we make decisions based on money, especially when we're poorer. It's okay. But we do hope to reach that stage whereby decisions, options are not just based on money. It's more based on what you really want. Okay, let me see. Any questions, feel free to let me know. We will be ending soon. So just let me read the chat and then any questions, feel free to let me know. Okay, feel free to let me know. Okay, take it easy lah. Take it easy. Monday only. Okay, Monday. I know everyone can be quite stressful. Okay, relax. Okay, I'm here. Okay, in fact, we are here to journey with each other. Okay. Let me see. Yeah, 71. Not yet started. Need to know more. Love your passion, sharing. Hey, no problem. Yeah. Hey, thank you so much for your kind words. Thank you so much. Okay, I do hope that. Okay, I hope that you can. I mean, it's up to you. Okay, I hope you can start soon. Okay, once you're comfortable. Okay, you are right. Please research more, read up more first. Once you're comfortable, then start. And I do hope you will be profitable. Any questions, just let me know. Okay, just put in the chat. I try my best to answer them. Yeah. Financial freedom, really less stress. You can do your work better. And to be at peace, especially your mental and physical health. Very important. Okay. So that's all for the stream today. Okay, I don't hold you all back. Just want to say thank you so much for dropping by. Really appreciate it. Enjoy chatting with you all. If I miss any question, please let me know, okay, any comments. And I will see you tomorrow, okay? My stream is Monday to Thursday, 9 p.m. Time zone is GMT +8. So I will see you all tomorrow, okay? Have a nice day, and I hope, sleep well, rest well. I hope work is good to you all this coming week. Not too much problem, not too much stress. So see you all tomorrow. Take care, take care. Bye-bye.